Will's Grill was a really neat business to learn about since it was a small business. They were a street food vendor out of Flagstaff, Arizona, and they specialized in really producing clean, high quality food from local farms. And they were in a situation where they were looking to take their business to the next level. And they kind of had a couple options. Should we expand our street food operations? Or, on the other hand, could we add a catering operation? You see, Will's Grill was profitable in the sense that it wasn't losing money, but at the same time, they needed to do something different and become more profitable. So, what should they do? I prepared a little bit of analysis to help us decide which option they should pick and why. And I picked 2019 as the year to focus in on, just because obviously, whenever you're implementing something, in the short term, it might not go quite as well, but as you develop efficiencies, it's going to get better and better. Now, in the case, it gave us the profit before tax ratios that you could expect to have for the different options that Will's Grill had. For instance, for the street food expansion, they could get 20% profit before tax versus the catering, they could get 40%. So clearly, the catering is a little bit better, and we see this in the sole proprietorship profits. 42,400 for the street food expansion versus 122,800 for the catering addition. Now, you might wonder why we don't show any income taxes or anything. Well, since it's a sole proprietorship, everything's going to flow through it to the owner, and that'll be taxed at the individual rates, which is hard to determine and varies based off of a lot of factors. But there won't be any corporate tax here. And so obviously either endeavor is worth that investment that they have to make in the new kitchen equipment. It was going to be 9,000 for street food or 25,000 for the catering edition. Both of those earn that initial investment back. But the catering edition does get better results over the long term, which is why we should pick the catering edition. Now, I don't think that we should just settle and only go with the catering edition, though. For instance, they should consider other options too that might not have been presented in the case. And I wanted to talk just a little bit about Fuego, the super popular restaurant here in College Station. Basically, everyone knows what Fuego is, and they specialize in really unique, high quality tacos. But the thing that's interesting is they have both a physical location and they also have a catering business. And it kind of makes me wonder, is this something that Will's Grill could implement too? You see, in the marketing survey that they did with those graduate marketing students, 72% of those students had never even heard of Will's Grill in the Flagstaff area, which makes you wonder if they added a physical location, could they kind of increase some brand awareness and increase their presence in northern Arizona? So that would be something that I would recommend that they consider looking into. Obviously, you need to consider more financial data, but that would be something that would be important to consider. And you need to consider some of these questions. For instance, why do Will's Grill's customers, why do they choose them? Is it the food that they serve, or is it more about the street food unique atmosphere? Because if you have a physical location, then maybe you do lose some of that unique, quirky vibes from being a street food vendor. But on the other hand, if customers come to Will's Grill because they love the food, then having a physical location could be a great option. And like I said, it could potentially increase their presence and brand awareness just by having that physical set location. And then finally, of course, they need to consider financial numbers and decide whether or not it makes sense to even purchase or lease a physical location in Flagstaff. So, in conclusion, Will's Grill has some great options in front of them. Catering is a good option to expand their business model and get some more revenues. They shouldn't just stop there, and they should consider other things that they can do too.